You don't need more answers. You need more presence. We spend so much time overthinking, overanalyzing, and overperforming, trying to figure out our next step, our path, our purpose. But purpose doesn't come through pressure. It comes through presence. In today's video, I'm going to be guiding you through a breathwork session designed to quiet the noise, regulate your nervous system, and reconnect you to your inner truth. Because you don't find your purpose by thinking harder. You remember it when your body feels safe enough to listen. If this is your first time here with us, welcome. I'm Dawn Elgin, contrarian soul guide, visionary mystic, and creatrix of practical spiritualism. And I'm so glad you are here. So let's start with understanding the power of breathwork. What is breathwork? Well, breathwork encompasses various techniques that involve conscious control of breathing to improve our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. This practice has roots in ancient traditions like yoga, Tibetan Buddhism, and has been adopted and adapted in modern times to address stress, anxiety, and personal growth. So some of the benefits of breathwork include reducing stress. Conscious breathing can help regulate the nervous system, leading to a calmer state of mind. It enhances mental clarity. By focusing on the breath, we can quiet mental chatter, leading to improved focus and decision-making. We can access the subconscious mind. Breathwork allows us to tap deeper into the layers of consciousness, facilitating emotional release and self-discovery. So why does breathwork work? Well, when your nervous system is dysregulated, you're in survival, not self-connection. And your intuition, your clarity, they can't come online when your body thinks it's under threat. Science supports this. Breathwork activates the vagus nerve, which shifts you from fight and flight into rest, connection, and clarity. And look at the polyvagal theory by Dr. Stephen Porges. Your breath isn't just oxygen, it's access to your soul. So what do I mean by that? Well, on physical consciousness, we have our body, our environment, and our breath. And our breath links our environment to the body. Then we have subtle consciousness, which would include both emotions and our information systems running through our body, the meridians, the chakras, as well as mental consciousness, which would include thought, beliefs, ego, ideas, intellect. And then we have supramental consciousness, which would be the archetypes and the monads, the archetypes being aspects of personality, and the monads being the aspects of emotion. So he's an angry person. We all agree with what anger is. So it becomes an archetype or a monad of emotion. When I say archetypes and I say aspects of personality, that could be, she's a quintessential mother. And we all know what that quintessential mother means. Or, oh, she's such a princess. Or he's a computer geek. So we have these aspects that we agree upon in archetypes. And then the very top of all of that, the highest vibrational frequency is bliss, oneness, source, universe, God, the highest vibration of love and light. And so as you can see, if we go in reverse, there's like this densifying, everything gets heavier and slower as we come down. So we go from bliss and we move through supramental, and then we move through mental consciousness, and then through emotions, the subtle consciousness, and then finally we collapse and get form, or what we think of as form, which would be physical and the environment. I say what we think of as form because they're actually processes. Our physical body is not solid, and it's not in a state of non-change. It's in a constant state of change and flux. So we have this illusion of it being a solid mass, but it's not actually solid. So when I come back to that statement, your breath isn't just oxygen, it's access to your soul, is because breath has the ability to link through all those layers of consciousness. And we can access them when we use our breath with intention or consciously. So anything that is conscious is meaning that we are fully aware of what's happening, versus unconscious, which would mean subconscious, habitual patterns, anything where we're not fully in charge, reacting versus responding. And so anything that is not pure consciousness is unconscious. It is the illusions. Consciousness is the awareness that's aware of everything else. So if you think of it as, if I ask the question of who are you, and you might say, I'm a 49-year-old woman, I'm Caucasian, I'm Canadian. Well, I'm none of those things. I'm the one that's aware and experiencing a 49-year-old female body in a society that recognizes me as Caucasian. And I'm experiencing all of this in the country called Canada. But I'm none of those things. I'm the awareness, the consciousness that is the experiencer. I'm not thinking. I'm the one that's aware of thought, aware of thinking. Who thinks when you think? I am not my emotions. I'm not angry. I'm the one that experiences anger. Emotions rise and fall. Thoughts come and go. They're all forms. And those are all ego identification. Ego is the identification with form. That's all ego is. And our experience in this world is the experience of ego. And so anytime that we identify with form, this body, these thoughts, these emotions, we are in an ego state. And ego is the identification with form, physical form, thought form, emotional form, experiences. Those are all aspects of ego. And anything that's within that is considered unconscious. Everything else, consciousness, is the one that experiences and is aware of it all. So our breath allows us to access in. So we think of it on the physical level because we require it to physically survive. And it links the first two densest layers, which is our physical body and the environment. Then we link up and we can move through our emotions by breathing through them. So we can breathe through grief. We can breathe through anxiety. We can shift and change the quality of our breath, and it will shift the state of our mental consciousness and our emotional consciousness. So by changing the breath, we can change our experience within our body. With changing our breath, we can even change the experience of pain, whether that is physical, mental, or emotional. So our breath isn't just access into the body, it accesses us through all of these layers. Now, when I say access to the soul going all the way through the highest expansion, which is up at bliss, when we're moving towards that place, when we breathe, if you think of the pause, so the cycle of respiration, there is the inhale or the inspire to receive inspiration. There's the pause at the top of the breath, a moment of expansion where we're absorbing. And in that pause is pure potential. Any next exhale is possible. And then there's the exhale or the expire, the releasing and the letting go. And then there's a pause at the bottom of the breath, kind of like winter, kind of allows us this moment to rest, to pause before the next cycle gets received. And so if we settle into the pauses, pay more attention to the pauses than we do to the inhale and the exhale, we are increasing our access into pure potential, which is what our true nature is. So that is what I mean when I say your breath isn't just oxygen, it is access to your soul. Okay? So before we begin on this breath practice, I want you to find a quiet space where you feel safe. You can go ahead and pause this and get yourself set up. I want you to sit or lie down, whatever allows a full breath for you, and it will be different for everybody. And I want you to set an intention. The intention is, I want to feel grounded. I want to hear what's true. I want to reconnect with myself. Now, disclaimer. If you're pregnant or have any respiratory or cardiac conditions, please modify as needed and consult a practitioner. Okay, so let's jump into the breath work. So first step, we want to ground in. I want you to inhale slowly through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And feel your body begin to settle. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. We're going to use a conscious connected breathing technique. We're going to inhale through the nose for 4 counts. We're going to exhale through the mouth for 6, with no pause in between the breaths as we begin. And we're going to let it flow like a wave. So think cyclical, soft, and consistent. And the visualization with this is I want you to imagine with each breath, imagine light growing from your heart. So as you begin it, it might be easier to see it outside where you're going up a circle for those first 4 counts. You come down the other side of the sphere of the circle for the 6 counts. And you go up and you go down. And we're keeping it nice and slow, and it's very rhythmic. I know we just talked about the pause before, but we're going to work on some different types and techniques here. So find that breath, let yourself settle in, feel into your body. And go start with the circle, inhaling through your nose for 4 counts. Sign the breath out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again. And now bringing that breath into you, I want you to inhale into your heart, into the center of your chest for 4. And you're going to exhale out of your heart for 6. So that as you inhale, it's like a breath of light. We take that spark and bring it to fire. And then when you exhale, we're letting that flame grow brighter and brighter. Each inhale strengthens the light. Each exhale expands the light. So with each breath, imagine a light growing from your heart. And this is your center. This is your truth. Let it expand. Let it guide. And then 4, we're going to say a mantra silently. Just softly and silently as you're breathing in and out of your heart. My body is safe. My soul is speaking. I trust what I feel. I am aligned. I am enough. My body is safe. My soul is speaking. I trust what I feel. I am aligned. I am enough. And then we're going to integrate. So gently return now to your natural breath and just rest here. Notice what rises. Ask yourself, what truth is asking to be heard today? You might want to grab a journal and write down what comes up for you. You didn't need to fix anything today. You didn't need to figure anything out. You simply made space to hear what's always been there. That's what alignment really is. You, present, breathing, listening. So what's next? Let's stay close together and go a little deeper. I've just launched my Sovereignty Rising podcast, where we're going to do some deep dives on purpose, embodiment, and nervous system truth. You can subscribe for weekly breath boundaries and breakthroughs, both here on my YouTube channel as well as on our Sovereignty Rising podcast. And you can also join the Awakening Circle Facebook group. It's private and it's a space to share what's real, raw, and rising in you. So I encourage you to join our community. And drop "I heard myself today" in the comments if this breath brought you home. Thank you so much for breathing with me today. Thank you for choosing stillness. And thank you for trusting your own voice again. Keep showing up. Keep breathing. Keep remembering. Brightest of blessings. I'll see you in the next episode.